Darosa with the Mille Lacs Smallmouth Alliance. We've got some great news to share with you. If you remember last year, we did a series of YouTube videos in which we gave you lake conditions, what the current bite was like. Well, we're going to do that again this year, but we've upped the ante a bit. We're going to try to do 2 a month in which we can give you current lake conditions and what's going on. If you've not been on Mille Lacs since last year, you might remember that the lake was really low. Some of the boat ramps were not accessible because of the low water. We've had a great May with rains this year, and I'm happy to report the lake is about a foot higher than what we were last October. So all the ramps are accessible, easy getting in and out, so take your choice of where you want to launch your boat. Suggest you play the winds on Mille Lacs. You know, it's a big lake. If it's over 10 miles an hour, you might really think about going over to the calm side of the lake and putting in. As far as what's going on now, it's the 1st of June. We've had a good pre-spawn in May, a lot of rain, but what's going on right now, the fish are moving shallow. Mother Nature is telling them it's time to think about finding that mate and doing their deal, So we're seeing a lot of fish in that 2 to 6 foot of water. Clarity is unbelievable. It's probably over 12 foot right now in clarity. Water temps 60 to 62. The lake is setting up for some really dynamite fishing here in the next 10 days or so. The west side seems to be a little further advanced as far as the spawn is concerned. And that's kind of typical. It's a big lake and these fish don't all spawn at the same time. So, west side, east side really doesn't matter where you go. Now, some of the baits that we're catching fish on are, of course, the tried and true Ned rig, good bait. I like to throw the green pumpkins, the green pumpkin gobies, Canada craw. I like the 1/5 and the 1/6 ounce head, a great bait. And, just get a couple bags of those, go out and fish it slow. It's a great bait, easy to fish. Another bait for this time of year is the drop shot. And as the fish start to get on bed, you can drop this thing on the bed itself. I like to use a 3/8, even up to a 1/2 ounce drop. So when you get it anchored on that bed and you shake it, that worm is just doing its thing, and it oftentimes can entice a lot of strikes. Another bait is the hair jig, black, pretty simple, marabou. I like 1/4 ounce and maybe a little bit smaller depending on how the winds are. Again, easy bait to fish. Give it a long cast out there, reel it in real slow. You want this bait not on the bottom, but maybe a few inches to a foot above the bottom, and just hang on. The fish will tell you when they want to eat it. A surprise bait, though, as we start to get into a little bit of post-spawn, is going to be the spy bait. I like to use the perch color. The DNR says there's a huge population of perch in the lake right now, and it's probably one of the main forages for the walleye, obviously. And if the bass aren't eating crawdads, they might go after a small perch. These things are easy to cast. You can cast them a mile on a spinning gear. I'd suggest putting them on about 8-pound test. Throw them out as far as you can, reel it real slow and hang on. Another surprise color has been the pink, and guys will laugh at it, or the bubble gun, but it can catch some fish as well. So you don't need a bunch of these, a couple different colors. It's just another tool in the tool bag that you can use to try to catch some fish. Another bait that's starting to come on, and not a lot of anglers are throwing it, but it's starting to catch some fish, and that's the chatterbait. We like the green pumpkins, the green pumpkin dread. I like to dress it a little bit with like a craw. You could put a swim jig or something like that on it. Again, the vibrates. It's like throwing a spinner bait. You get a lot of vibration. Throw it out there and just let it vibrate and hang on. It might be a good one to have. By the way, if you're out on Mille Lacs looking for a place to stay, give McCoyd's a call, or Izades. They've got excellent accommodations. And if you're hungry for the best burger on the lake, Mugs and Waukon is really hard to beat. Oh, and their beer is cold too. So that's about it for this edition of the Mille Lacs Smallmouth Alliance Lake Report. And we hope to see you here in about a couple weeks. Thanks so much for watching.